Hi. Today, we will learn how to show an image inside a notification in a Flutter Android app. First, we need to install some packages. Open the pubspec.yaml file. Go to the Dependencies section. Here, write these two dependencies. Then, click the pub-get button. The packages will be installed in your app. Now, an important point. While I was running this app, I encountered an error. The error was regarding desugaring. I'm not going into depth on what this error is. But, if you too encounter this error like I did, I want to show you a solution for that. If you do not encounter this error, then please ignore this part. To solve that error, we need to open the Android folder. Go to the app folder. Here, open the build.gradle.kts file. In this file, in the compile options block, write this line. Also, go to the bottom of the file, and write this dependencies block. I don't know what all this means. I got this solution from AI. Okay, coming back to the main topic. Since we are going to show a notification to the user, we need to request permission from the user to show the notification on the device. For that, we need to mention that permission in the Android manifest file. Open the Android folder. Go to the app folder. Then, to the src folder. Then, to the main folder. Here you see the Android manifest file. Open it. And here, write the post notifications permission like this. Now, finally, we need an image. Open the main folder. Then, res folder. Then, drawable folder. Here, save an image. We will use this image in our notification. Okay. Now, let's see the main.dart file. These are the imports. In the main function, we create an app called myApp. This is the myApp class that extends the stateless widget. In this class, we create a material app. We define the title, theme, and home page of the app. The home page would be myHomePage class. This is the myHomePage class, which extends the stateful widget. Here we create a state of this class, whose name is _myHomePageState. This is the _myHomePageState class. First, we have an instance of the Flutter Local Notifications plugin class. When the app loads, this init function gets called in its life cycle. So here, we call a function called init notification settings. This is the init notification settings function. Here we set up some initial aspects of the notification. I'm going to use the default icon of the app as the icon of the notification. You may use some other icon of your choice. Then, in the build function, we create the UI of our app. First, we use a scaffold widget upon which we will build other widgets. There are two important attributes in the scaffold widget, which are AppBar attribute and the body attribute. In the AppBar attribute, we create the toolbar for our app. And in the body attribute, we create the main UI of our app. Here, we have an elevated button at the center of the screen. This is the button. When the button is pressed, this onPress function gets called. First, we check if the notification permission has already been granted by the user or not. If the permission is already granted, then we call the showNotification function. If the permission is not already granted, then we call the askPermission function. This is the askPermission function. This is how we ask the permission from the user. If the user has granted the permission, then we call the showNotification function. Otherwise, we show a snack bar to the user which says, permission denied. This is the showNotification function. First, we create an object of the big picture style information class. In its constructor, we define our image, which is stored in the drawable folder. Here we configure our notification channel. We define attributes like notification channel ID, channel name, description, priority, vibration, etc. And then the important attribute of style information. Here, we set the big picture style information variable, which has the image. We store the channel specification in this variable here. Then, we call the Flutter local notification plugin.show function. Here we pass a notification ID. You may write any numerical value here. Then we pass a title to be shown on the notification. Then we pass some content to be shown on the notification. And then, the variable that holds the notification channel specifications. Once this function is called, we see a notification on the device. And this is the snack bar function that we had used somewhere above. Now, let's run the app. As you can see, we have a button at the center of the screen. When I click it, we ask for the notification permission from the user. And once I grant the permission, a notification is shown on the device. See, here we see our image. So that's it. The link to download this code is given in the description box under this video. Thanks for watching.